Tonight, the Boston Lyric Opera began a new era in a new home, the Majestic Theater. Its first performance was Tosca, starring soprano Patricia Craig in the title role. By her side, singing tenor, was another impressive performer, a man leading the way in this country for a new generation of African Americans in the field of opera. Marcus Jones has our story.
Yes. Did we do that? Yeah.
He's 38 years old, the father of 2 children. He lives in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and he's a rising star in the opera world. His name? Paul Spencer Adkins. And by the way, if you haven't noticed, he's also black. One of a very, very small number of successful black male tenors performing in an art form dominated by the likes of Placido Domingo and Luciano Pavarotti.
There have only been a few black men or African-American men who have really achieved international stardom in the opera world. There have been basses and baritones, African-American men, but there have not been many leading romantics, and that's what the tenor role is. He's the leading romantic.
Tonight, Adkins plays the lead romantic role in Tosca, in the Boston Lyric Opera Company's premiere performance in the newly renovated Majestic Theater on Tremont Street. For Adkins, playing this hall has special meaning because it's an opportunity one of his heroes in the business probably never got, even though he lived just a few miles from here in Brookline.
Little boy, how old are you? Little boy, how old are you? Say, little boy.
The first person to have an international career as a classical singer was Roland Hayes. And Roland Hayes actually spent most of his life here in Brookline, even though he traveled around the world an awful lot, and as a concert singer. But because he was a black tenor, he never set foot on an opera stage, because in the 20s, 30s, and 40s, that was not possible.
Roland Hayes blazed a trail for black men in the field of classical voice. This year, Adkins is putting the finishing touches on a documentary about Hayes' life and times that is scheduled to air next February on PBS.
I think we have an awful lot of talent out there that does not realize that it can be done. And one of the messages I'm trying to show is that it is possible in this day and age to have a major career as an opera singer, as an African-American male tenor.
This is Adkins' 11th year in the business, but he's still considered young. Believe it or not, his best years are still ahead of him, both as a performer and as a role model.
Every time I set foot on an opera stage in the United States is usually a first as a leading African-American. So I know that I'm making a difference by being who I am as a person. The fact that I'm an African-American, I'm very proud of, but I don't have to wave a flag. I am who I am. Music is a vehicle in which we can transcend race.
For the 10 o'clock news, I'm Marcus Jones.